You got to protect yourself at all times by any means necessary.
Ooh, the most talked about show there is, Heather B. The most anticipated return there is, starring one of the most respectable kids on the rock. He's a man now, HB. He's a man now. We watched him in we watched him in Love. We watched him in the Lee Daniels, The Butler. We watched him in Barbershop, The Next Cut. We've been watching him pretty much his whole life. The one and only Michael Rainey Jr. is here.
Yo.
What up, Mike? How you doing, bro? Michael, you good?
Yes, sir. I'm chilling. How you feeling?
Oh, dude, man, I feel honored to have you on the show, brother.
Yeah, I'm honored to be on the show.
Absolutely, man. It's a lot of excitement about what's happening this Sunday. That trailer got everybody on the edge of their seat.
Look crazy.
Man, that trailer, HB, I'm like, what the hell? Why y'all do that? People ain't getting sleep. We can't sleep until Sunday. you know what I mean? Hey, dude,
man.
That's how we feel. Do you get that same anticipation, even though you've shot a lot of things already, but do you still get that same anticipation?
Oh, yes, for sure. I definitely get that same anticipation because, like, obviously I know what's going on. Like, I read the script, I filmed it and everything, but it's just like now I want to see like the finished product. Like, I want to see the edit. I want to see the final cut. So I'm definitely excited to see what's going on Sunday. I'm excited just like everyone else is.
I love that. Man, how much say so do you have in any of that? Being now that you are in a star role, do you how much say so or input do you have in the scripts? Like if a line doesn't read right, can you change it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the writers they give us a lot of wiggle room. So like whenever we see opportunities to kind of like improv or like switch something up, we definitely ask the writer. We chop it up with the writer before anything. But sometimes we just go in and we just improv and just switch it up and just make it our own, and the writers end up liking it 10 times more than the original. So sometimes we really just be going in and just be switching it up ourselves, and sometimes we talk with the writers first and chop it up. But for the most part, like I feel like the natural improv is really like what they like. So sometimes we really just go in and just do what we do, and they end up liking it.
They end up liking it, man. Michael Rainey Jr. is here. We talking about Power Book 2, Ghost. Hey, man, you work with some of the dopest rappers of all time.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, let me get Common, Method Man, 50 Cent. Man, if you had to choose one of their discographies, not saying that one is doper than the other, but which one would you sit with? If you only had to choose one of them to listen to for the rest of your day, which one would it be?
Oh, man, that's easy. I'm not going to lie. I'm choosing 50 all day for sure. 100%. I used to get in trouble for listening to 50 Cent. When I was young, I was like 8, 9. My mom used to be yelling at me like, how do you even get this music on your iPod? Like, I don't want you listening to this, because now going from that to working with 50 is crazy. So I would definitely choose 50 to listen to for the rest of my life.
That's more his era. Method Man probably like his mom's, and 50 more like his era. It makes so much sense.
I mean, Method Man is fire, but like, yeah, that's definitely like my mom and my father's like era.
Yeah.
Like, my father actually grew up with Method Man. Like, they're from not the same neighborhood, but their neighborhoods were parallel, like right next to each other. So like they got some history together. So shout out to Method Man, from Staten Island. We put it on Staten Island.
That's dope. Michael, what's up? It's Heather. How you doing? So happy to have you on the show. It's crazy listening to you talk and listening to you growing up, and Sway sort of breaking down all the work that you've been able to do so far. We had a dope conversation yesterday with Alfonso Ribeiro. Obviously, Sway and I remember him as the tap dance kid. Everybody else knows him from the Carlton as Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he was talking about playing his role so well that he wasn't able to do some of the things that Will had done immediately after the series had ended. He wasn't able to do that. What I love, I just want to really compliment you. What I love that you have been doing, what we saw, what we're seeing is that even if people like took on this whole real life character of Tariq and I hate Tariq or whatever, we watched you still do a barbershop, still do a Love, still sneaking in and do other things. And I think that's so smart on your behalf to do. So the typecast situation or certain things may not, you don't get stuck doing one thing. So kudos to you and your team and everybody that's working with you for doing that kind of stuff. I see it as being smart, especially after listening to Alfonso talk yesterday. It was crazy.
Well, thank you so much. I feel like stuff like that is super important. You want to, every role you get, you want to attack it and you want to do the best. You want to kill it. You know what I'm saying? So, like when you play a role so good sometimes and people try to put you in that box, it's kind of tough. But then again, like you always got a chance to redeem yourself in the next role that you get. So I feel like, sometimes like even if you feel like you're in that box of that one character, there's always that one role that could break you out of that box and you could have a fresh start kind of thing, So it's always that one role that's gonna come through for you and you could really, break through and kind of surprise some people,
I ain't mad at that, man. And this, in this season, man, you're doing a lot more, kissing and hugging and stuff, bro.
Where my bitches? I love my niggas.
On him too, Sway.
He got what, Tracy?
He got muscles. Don't
come on,
my man's grown.
Michael ain't got no muscles. Word? Am I hating?
Hey man, I've been
a little Haiti.
I've been in that gym.
You been in that gym?
I'm getting swole on y'all. You want to see the before and after once the program's done. You gonna be like, oh, he was in the gym. He wasn't lying.
Hey, listen. If that's the case, I'm gonna give you props. I'm gonna repost a picture of you. Say, yo, he wasn't lying. Yo, I mean, all right. How much? And I don't mean this in an intrusive way, but you've been working. For what age did you start working? Like I know Love was 2012, so you were 12 years old then, right?
Yeah, I was 12. Yeah, I was 12 when I did Love. But my first gig I've ever done, I think I was 8, or I think I was 8 or 7, going on 8. I'm not sure what the first one was, but it was either this commercial for Price Choppers. Then I did Sesame Street. And I did like a few print work like things for like Target and stuff like that. So those were like my first like anything like ever. So yeah, I was like 8 going on 9. So yeah, I've been doing it since I was 9. Yeah.
9 years old. So
11 years now.
I've been working 11 years, HB. In that time though, because of the way what people don't, a lot of folks may not realize, because I think as kids we all fantasize about the film stars, the movie stars. But when you actually doing it, it's a lot of work. We've done a few cameos, Michael. We've been in a few movies too. We done this. And I mean, I'm talking early call times, a lot of rehearsals. It's a lot of hours. It's the competition. It's the yays. It's the nays. Man, can you talk about how is it difficult to have been a child star and now being an adult? What are the difficulties in that, navigating through that, or what were they for you?
Man, I wouldn't say it's difficult, going from a child actor to now, but it's definitely just a lot more work. Because as soon as I turned 18, that was when they could keep me for however long they want on set. You feel me? Like before that, it was a certain amount of hours I could be on set, so they had to get me out of there after a certain time. But now, as soon as I turned 18, it was a wrap for that. So I feel like it's definitely a lot more work, but it's not any more difficult. I feel like it's the same thing. It's just more work hours and different scripts and different words. But honestly, being an actor, it definitely is a lot of work. I feel like the thing about acting, I feel like we get paid to wait. I feel like we get paid to wait, and then we just act for free. Because being on set, man, you gotta wait a long time. Like that's really what we're doing most of the time when we're on set. We're really waiting most of the time. And then like 2-3 hours out of that, the scene is done, and then back to waiting again. So I feel like being an actor is just very time consuming. You know what I'm saying? You got to be patient. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared. You got to yeah. But I feel like acting is I wouldn't say it's hard. I would just say it's just time consuming, and you just got to be patient. That's really it.
That's it, huh? Man, Michael Rainey Jr. is here. We're talking about Power Book 2 Ghost. We're going to get into that in a second. Tracy, get in there. You said he got muscles?
I just want to be a cheerleader for Michael, bruh, because 20 is such a vital age. It's kind of where it's a crossroads of sorts, you know, because 21, obviously, you get to have all of these extra perks that's being with an adult. And 20, you are still considered an adult, but some people will still look at you as, man, 2 years ago, you was just 18. And 2 years before that, you was 16.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the thing with you, Michael,
Going through a whole lot of that right now.
Listen, and at the end of the day, you're not an average 20-year-old at all in so many different ways. And I'm just wondering, because you're doing like grown man business, like thinking about all the different people, having an agent, having a manager, I'm sure probably having more than one bank account. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time,
Yep.
thinking about the typical 20-year-old activities, I'm sure you sneaking onto TikTok and laughing at some goofy shit, eating some Cheetos, figuring out how you're going to text the right thing to the right girl. Is it?
Damn, she hit the target.
Ding, 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 ding.
Listen, bruh, I was there. I was 20 as well. So my question for
You be
you
known.
is how easy or how difficult is it for you to be caught in those two worlds where it's like Michael who is in a very adult business, but then Michael who still got 20-something-year-old friends who are not in this business?
Man, I mean, it's a good balance, honestly. Like my friends, like they keep me balanced and stuff like that. So they keep me, you know, in reality. Like they always make sure I'm in. So I feel like honestly, it's not really too hard, you know, balancing, you know, business and then, you know, just regular life. You know, you always just gotta have that balance, no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're an actor or athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like you always gotta have that balance between, you know, like regular life and in business. So I feel like my friends and my family, like they make it easy for me to balance, you know, those two responsibilities.
Okay.
I know you probably get this asked a lot, but are you able to, I mean, how much of a social life are you able to have? Are you able to date? Or,
oh yeah, for sure. I live such a regular life. It's crazy. I mean, I'm just like any other 20-year-old, honestly. I just gotta act. But honestly, I mean, yeah, I'm able to date, but I just feel like right now that's really like the last of my focus, like, because I feel like that's just like a whole nother responsibility as far as, you know, like having a girlfriend and then having to, you know, focus on a million other things in life, and then you got to focus on making another person happy. It's just like, damn, it's a lot. So right now I'm not really too focused on that. I mean, I'm chilling or whatever, but
Yeah, Rihanna pissed him off too, Sway.
wait, what happened, Bizzle?
I said Rihanna done pissed him off too.
Yo, yesterday was dope, man. Yo, that was too funny. The funniest thing yesterday was Lil Uzi posting out on his story.
Facts.
With Uzi, yeah, we was laughing at that.
But it can't be.
Yo, man. Hey, man, he looked like he really hurt, though, right, Michael? Like,
Listen, man, I don't blame him, bro. I don't blame him. Look, that was the only person he followed on Instagram, and then she gonna turn around and do that to him. That's grimy, bro.
You don't get a nigga back like that.
You don't do that?
That's so grimy. Like, damn.
That's somebody he knows.
I told you, Sway, it was too close to home. He was fine with the French billionaires and the Swiss bank account dudes, but not home, not Harlem.
Right. He's like, damn, a rapper. But you know what, though, too, Michael? I'm thinking about being 20 years old and having the money that you have, too, and the success. It's good that COVID is around because I assume if you was dating, young women might expect a certain type of, you know what I mean, restaurant, a certain type of fancy date. I don't know if they ask you for Birkin bags at 20 years old.
On that. Man, the restaurant in the oh man, that's all these girls want nowadays. They just want to eat good. But it's alright. I don't blame them. I like food too, so we can eat good together. It's alright. It's fun.
That be their expectations, or they think you're gonna take them to like Philippe's or, you know, like the most expensive places, or you can't take a girl to a hot dog stand, Michael? Like that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like hot dogs, so I wouldn't take her to no hot dogs. I'd probably take her to a nice little burger spot. But I ain't gonna lie. I like the Philippe's and the Mastros and the Ruth Chris and stuff like that too, though. So I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. So it depends on how I'm feeling. So we go get some Philippe's or we go get a burger. I don't know. It might vary, you know.
I love it, man. Michael Rainey Jr. is here, man. I know we got a lot of Ghost fans. Power Book 2 Ghost fans that want to talk to you. 888-742-3345. Man, this season is on fire, bro. You know, with the new additions, with Mary J. Blige coming on, Method Man and Torey coming back, everyone is just really, I don't even know how to say it. Everybody is really successful at accomplishing these characters, performing these roles. In the beginning, what was it like, man? How could you act opposite of Mary J. Blige without going, damn, that's Mary J. Blige?
Look, so this is what I did. So I didn't do that at the first table read, like when everybody was there, when everybody met each other. That's when I got everything out. That's when I got my starstruck out. Cause I'm usually never really starstruck. You feel me? Like I'm always calm, but like being married, though, like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, when I was little, my mom would be in the crib just cleaning up, listening to Mary J. Blige, and that was just like automatically like be in my ears since I was little. So like going from just hearing that music at like family events, from mine, and just going to sharing the screen with her is like, damn, like how did this just happen? Like that's crazy. So I definitely was a little starstruck when I first saw Mary, but that's the homegirl though. We cool. Like I love Mary. She's super cool.
And then Mary playing the leader of the Tejada family, Monet Stewart Tejada, she's killing that role, bro. Like
yeah, she's not playing around.
She's not.
She needs business.
Hey man, and what's up with? There's not much difference. What we're starting to see in the development of Tariq St. Patrick, his ingenuity, his ambition, his goals, his big grandiose goals that he has set for himself, and he's doing this, living these double lives, being a student, and then also he living this life in this whole other world. To me, it seemed like he's evolving into what his father was. Would you agree with that, or what's the difference?
I definitely do see it. I definitely see Tariq, becoming, a little Ghost 2.0. I feel like, they're very similar, obviously, because, that's his father, it's in the blood. It was passed down. But the craziest thing about it, I feel like they're so similar, and Tariq doesn't even notice how similar he is to his father. And that's the thing that kind of, like, bothers him, because he's like, I'm not a monster. I'm not this. I'm not that. But that's what he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's basically Ghost. So he's basically finding that out himself, throughout the season. He kind of figures out that, maybe I am like my father. Maybe I am my father. So he's definitely slowly figuring that out. And that's what I like about his, his art. So, yeah.
In the trailer, he's figuring that out. And it's like he doesn't even realize it, to your point. And then even in the trailer, this mid-season trailer, Heather, I hate when they do this. They do it so well. They make you feel like what's about to happen and what's going on, and then they do it so well you don't really know shit. You know what I mean?
With that left turn,
you really don't know what's happening. Because the one character that I'm hoping you figure this out is Riley. I hope Tariq is really going to figure out who Riley is and what her purpose is. But when I see the clash that I'm waiting to see, and I can't wait to see this on a higher level, is when Monet and Tasha start clashing. I want to see what that's going to be like. What can you talk about the dynamic between Tasha and Monet?
I mean, right now they're both obviously on two other sides of the wall right now, but, they both mothers, and right now Tasha, she's trying to protect Tariq. She doesn't really like the fact that, Tariq is, dealing with the Tejadas, but right now, the Tejadas basically, they got Tariq in the palm of their hand, so he's really forced to work with them right now. Once he started, he can't go nowhere. So right now, Tasha is definitely a little afraid because, obviously Lorenzo, he's making those threats to her, and then he's in the streets by himself, so she's really not there to, kind of protect him. So right now she's just, she's a little worried about Tariq working with the Tejadas, and the Tejadas, they got him in the palm of their hands, and they really can't be stopped right now because, Tasha's on the other side. So we'll see what unfolds as we get closer to the end of it.
Talk your shit, Michael Rainey Jr. You hear how he breaking that down at the beat? And look, young Denzel right there breaking it. Come on, man.
Okay.
All right. Hey, man, we got folks on the line that want to talk to you. We're going to go to Baton Rouge. We got Tyler on the line in Baton Rouge. Grand Rising, Tyler.
Louisiana.
What up, Tyler?
What's happening, bro?
What's going on? Nothing too much, man. I just left.
What's up, Tyler?
What's up, Mike?
How you feeling, man?
You got a question, Tyler?
Pretty good, man. I got the job. I just left a job interview.
Oh, you got the job? You got the job.
Oh, we like this energy.
Come on.
Pour it on us, bruh.
That's
Come
good.
on.
God.
How y'all feeling, bro? I can't believe my call went through.
Yeah, man, you got a question? Go for
It's
it.
your day.
My question is Mike, man, you're a superstar now, bro. Everybody recognize you now, bro, and I know. You still like to do normal things, go out to the stores and stuff, go get a burger, not a hot dog. How do you deal with that, bro? Attention.
It's been going on for a little minute now. Ever since, I would say season 3 is when it really kind of started, taking off for me. Because that's when, Tariq started hanging out with Kanan. And once Tariq started hanging out with Kanan, that's when everybody started going crazy. So, season 3, that's when everything started, and I kind of got used to it. I feel like, the fact that people are reacting when they see me out in the streets, it makes sense. It's good. They watching me and they reacting, so I'm getting a reaction out of them. So that's really all.
And I know you do, bro. I know you get all kind of funny comments like, "Boy, you a gangster."
Yeah, man.
Man. I'm driving.
Most is, why did you let your sister die? That's the one thing I get the most. That's the one thing I feel like the people will never forgive me about letting Raina die.
Man, you going down in history, my dude. It be like that now, bro. You ain't see the new episode? Man.
That's what's up, man. And now that and now that he got a job, he could pay for his Star subscription. So it all works out, Tyler. You a citizen, baby.
That's
all
right
right.
in the morning.
Come on, man. Hey, Stash McFly in Cleveland, Grand Risings. How you doing?
Yo.
Grand Rising, King.
What happened, fam? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just running around. Doing some Christmas shopping.
Okay. We got this star on the line, Michael Rainey Jr. What's your question?
What's good, man? I just tapped in, so I really feel like you a Ghost 2.0. Period. He done passed away off the show. You picking up where your dad left off on a whole nother level.
Yeah, Tariq, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot on his plate right now. He's kind of forced to grow up right now. He's forced to be a grown man because obviously dad is gone, mom is in jail, and then there's only Yasmin and grandma they on their own. So Tariq has to step up and make decisions in order to help grandma, Yasmin, and mom. So he's a man of the family now. So he's definitely on his ghost shit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, man, let's not have this conversation without putting the spotlight and putting some shine on Omari Hardwick, right? So let's give him a round of applause.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Mo, man. He paved the way for everybody on the show right now. He paved the way for me because right now I'm following in his footsteps as far as the character is going. So shout out to Omari. Appreciate him from the bottom of my heart from day one since we started filming Power. And now, shout out to Omari, man.
Absolutely. Y'all chemistry was so great on screen. Would you love to work with him again on a different project in the future? Or have y'all ever talked about that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. That would be dope. I would love to work with O. I mean, our chemistry is out the roof because, we've been working for 6-7 years together, so it's just bound to happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's part of my family now, so it's definitely up there when it comes to the chemistry part, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing new projects with him for sure.
Nice.
All right.
I could be on the lookout for that.
Okay, you got it here on Sway in the Morning. Man, I want to talk to you all day because I want to get the secrets on what's going to happen in the next half of the season. But I know you sworn to secrecy, so you can't really say everything. But
oh yeah, man, I do not want Courtney Kemp popping up in my front door.
Yeah, man, or you want no smoke, or 50 showing up at your back door. You don't want none of that, right?
Oh yeah, see in there. Nah, you do not want that.
So let me ask you this. This will be the final question. You work with a lot of amazing people, a lot of successful people. Is there a bit of advice that sticks out in your mind when you think about your dynamic with you and 50 Cent that he gave you?
Man, there's just one piece of advice that he gave me when we were filming season 3. Like, this is when Kanye and Reek, like, that storyline started. Like, obviously, every day we speak, every time we speak, he gives me a million things of knowledge. But this is one thing that stuck with me since he told me. It's like, I forgot what we were talking about, but he was telling me, he said, don't ever feel too entitled because that's when you deprive yourself. I'm saying, so you can't be feeling too entitled to something because it could always be something right next to it that's way better for you, and you depriving yourself of that because you feel like you're so entitled to this one thing. I feel like that's definitely one thing that I live by, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel entitled to anything because that's when you deprive yourself. So, yeah, that's one thing that stuck with me, since you told me.
Wow. Shit, I'm about to write that down myself right there. Thank you, Michael. Hey, man, listen, bro, continue success. I follow you on your social. I love how you represent yourself. I love your vlogs. I love seeing you on pictures in nature saying I needed to get away from the city. You know, I love that you taking care of yourself and having fun, man. Continue success. And when all this open up, man, we'd love to have you on the show in person, okay?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be there as soon as this stuff is done. I'm gonna be the first one there. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he sound like he got bars.
You got bars?
Spit too?
I mean, we'll see. I'll probably pull up and give y'all a little freestyle. Who knows?
Oh, snap! Oh, we got a hyena!
Hyena.
All right, Mike. Hey, man, Michael Rainey Jr., you officially a super citizen.
A Sway in the Morning, young man. God bless you, your family, everybody, man. Love.
Absolutely.
You got our support, 100%.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys.
All
We
right,
appreciate you.
And have a beautiful day, brother. Power Book 2, Ghost, Sunday, December 6th on Stars. We got Movie Junkies up next. Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. Play my joint.
This is a big rich town.